real, woonty, wompty. They just say anything to assassinate my character. What that showed me, remember this lack of a conscience when I come out. Remember this lack of mercy when I come out. Remember this lack of compassion when I come out.
I said, empty your mind. Be formless, shapeless, like water. Now you put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. You put water into a bottle, it becomes the bottle. You put it in a teapot, it becomes the teapot. Now water can flow or it can crash. Be water, my friend.
There's not a person on my team in 16 years that has consistently beat me to the ball every play. That ain't got nothing to do with talent. That's just got everything to do with effort.
And the one thing I always say is that you have to practice success. You know, success doesn't just show up. You know, and if you're not practicing success today, you won't wake up in 20 years to be successful because you won't have developed the habits of success.
So, you know.
Have you been converted to a Drake fan yet?
No, not at all.
Not at all.
Not at all. Not at all. I don't think that'll ever happen.
What do you think about?
Man, I wish it was like maybe 7 years ago. Mm-hmm. Well, maybe like 10 years ago, where, you know, you catch the elevator, beat them up. Man, just let them know, like, it's real, son. Like, you can't just walk around doing.
You can still do that if it's going to.
Yeah,
you cannot. You are not going to catch Drake in no elevator by himself anyway. That's
he ain't got to be by himself. Like, that's not a problem. Like, you know.
You talking to DMX right
now? We wolfed out in this joint, son. You know what I mean?
DMX.
You're saying that without a doubt, 100%, the gold market is manipulated. There is no gray area. There's no I think. There's no maybe. There's no possibility. It is being manipulated, according to a former assistant Treasury Secretary, PhD in economics. Is that right? Is that what I'm supposed to get?
That's exactly right. But gold traders have known it's been manipulated for decades.
This is criminal.
Because of the sale of the actual gold bullion itself.
This is criminal, though.
I would think it is.
You know, I was really surprised that Randy Moss made that comment, because how can you not bring stats in or how you impacted the game? I impacted the game by winning Super Bowls. So I'm sure Randy is still trying to win his first one, and I wish him the best. But I was very surprised that he said he's the best receiver to ever play the game. I leave that up to my fans to make that statement.
And foist basically a sports culture for the males. Using a tribal system, we're all tribal to an extent. That's why we even bother to vote for a tribal leader. This is well understood. That's why we're supplied with these leaders. And because the average man was to become more disengaged from his own destiny as the expert class arose, it was decided that the males would get their outlet, basically, gradually becoming helpless as males through sports.
So that was a very damaging relationship. Also, some other good examples are the friends that we have. You know, as women, sometimes we have these friends who exhibit jealousy towards the relationship. When we were first getting together, there were women who would say, "Oh, you don't need him. You know, who is he? You just need your friends. You just need your friends. He's just trying to take you away from your friends." I heard that so much. Like, he's just trying to take you away from this circle of friends that's more important than you building a relationship with a man. And I had to let that go as well, because if I hadn't, I would be with them and we'd all be single, you know, and still unhappy together. You know?
If I was in my prime, who would I want to play one-on-one with? That list is very long. Start off with Jerry West, Elgin Baylor, Kobe Bryant in his prime, LeBron in his prime, D-Wade in his prime, Melo. That's a good start. Yeah. I don't think I lose.
They're being led in a direction where it's very difficult to get them to believe that reading, writing, science, and math, our children bullying the children who are studying by telling them they're acting white.
From New York to Jersey, to down south to LA, everybody's flagging, everybody's force claiming, ain't nobody real and representing what Crip is, or Blood is, or people or folk. Everybody's whack. I just read to you the original intent. Now, one thing about our people is we talk about keeping it real. Right?
Yes, sir.
Nobody's keeping it fucking real. According to the original document. Now, we talk about we original. Well, we want to G-check somebody. What sex you claim? Where you from? What's your roll call? We want to, where you from? Well, you ain't real to me, homie. Right? You ain't real to me. But you ain't real to me.
The difference between depression and joy, right? And I think it's purpose, right? It's like when you wake up in the morning and your life means something to somebody other than you, that you have a purpose. If you don't go do the things that you're going to do, people's lives will suffer. And I think that that kind of purpose, that like to live in service, not to you, but to live in service to humanity, to live in service to your family, to live in service to your church, to your city, to your country, to the world. Living in service is that. I feel like that is the purest form of joy.
Winning is not a sometime thing, it's an all-the-time thing. You don't win once in a while, and you don't do things right once in a while. You do them right all the time. Winning is a habit.
I told him, there's a place in you that you must keep inviolate. You must keep it pristine, clean, so that nobody has the right to curse you or treat you badly. Nobody, no mother, father, no wife, no husband, nobody. Because that may be the place you go to when you meet God.
I think you'll find, sir, that there will come a time when black people wake up and become intellectually independent enough to think for themselves, as other humans are intellectually independent enough to think for themselves. Then the black man will think like a black man, and he will feel for other black people. And this new thinking and feeling will cause black people to stick together. And then at that point, you'll have a situation where when you attack one black man, you are attacking all black men. And this type of black thinking will cause all black people to stick together.
I honestly believe and have the belief that divorce is not an option. That's just my view. It's not an option.
Motivated and ready to change the world and want people to understand them and how they are humans and, you know, emotional young people, but still that they're not going to wait for anyone to come get them or save them or help them. They're going to figure it out and they're going to make it and they're going to take care of their brothers and sisters and they're going to make sure they're okay. And, you know, that type of strength and that type of determination, it makes me very proud because it shows me what's possible.
But as of now, money means nothing to me, nor boxing when it comes to the freedom of your people. So everything I'm doing, if it means hitchhike tomorrow, if it means be raggedy, if it means look for a job, I'll be happy because I can go to bed, my conscience is clear, and I didn't sell out or trade my people just because I could be rich in Hollywood with a yacht out here on my, that could be my yacht right there. Imagine it's valued at $200,000, but I wouldn't want that damn yacht if I couldn't go back over in the black neighborhood and protest a black woman being raped. The hell with the yacht, the hell with the championship. So I want the people to know this, you understand?